When I got a phone call about this award, I didn't really know what it was all about, but it was pretty interesting because I'd been in the process of trying to reinsert myself into the Canmore arts scene because it's been a little bit waning lately, and I thought I'd have an exhibition here. I'm now further involved in it, and as soon as I started doing this, I got a call about an award, which was just fantastic. As a young person, I just enjoyed painting and drawing and having fun doing those things. And once you get recognized for doing those things, people begin to ascribe an identity to you that later on is hard to shake, and I didn't want to because I was still just having fun.
When I was in grade 12, actually, I decided that I wanted to go into music in university, so I thought I'd better start taking singing lessons. So I found Nan Hughes in Banff, and up until I met her, I was planning on singing jazz or pop. And she said, "That sounds great, but why don't you try out this stuff first?" So I had my introduction to classical music and stuck with it.
When I was a little kid, I went to a small rural schoolhouse, and there was one teacher for our 8 grades, and you weren't allowed to do art until you were in grade 3. And I always remember watching the older kids do this, and I thought it was kind of special. And when I was finally old enough to do it, the teacher put a vase of irises at the head of one of the rows of desks, and I got as close as I could and just had a lot of fun doing it.
Probably my first professional opera that I ever performed in was Philomena at the Banff Centre. When I'm backstage in a production, I always get a little rush of excitement for what I'm about to do on stage, and that always gets me energized, not only to sing, but it always reminds me of why I love doing it in the first place.
In 1981, I was hired to be the technician at the Walter Phillips Gallery at the Banff School of Fine Arts and moved to Canmore, and I really enjoyed living in the community and making friends, and this is the one place where I really felt at home. In 1995 or 96, I was approached to participate in the process of dedicating the school to Lawrence Grassi, and my portion was to produce a mural in concert with the grade 6 classes of the day, and so that involved classroom instruction, and it was really a good, rewarding experience having the kids come and actually paint on the mural with me. We all had a good time.
It was always pretty fun and interesting to watch you paint your watercolors. But it was especially fun when we were included on some of the mural works. We got to come and climb up on the scaffolding with them and play with the paint, so we had fun. Growing up in our house was always fun and creative. We always had the music blaring, and Dad with his painting, and also we were always encouraged to paint too. Dad used to come into my class, and probably Jamie and Carolyn's as well, when we were little, and have art day. And so we would put up a big picture or a big piece of paper up along the blackboard in the classroom, and everybody would be involved with creating this big piece of art, and I was always proud because it was my dad coming in that day. I don't remember a moment when I realized that I loved singing and performing, because I've always done that since I was very little. I was always running around singing all kinds of songs, so it was always just part of who I was.
I remember when Breanna was 2 years old, singing non-stop in the car, ad-libbing about the cows in the field and the trees on the mountain. As we drove along, she just was giving her own running commentary on life through song.
I still do that. We were always a very musical group of people, so it was always sort of just part of my life. I think I always just had my dad to give me a good point of observation to see what's worked for him can work for me too.
Being recognized by my community is something that's really special. As a visual artist, you tend to work alone, and you never really know whether anybody pays attention or not. And it's really great that some people were, and I get recognized.
We have a lot of cheerleaders in town. We've always been really supported here, so it feels good to be recognized here.
To be recognized by your community is something pretty special, and you have to avoid thinking that now it's all over, because if you're...
Stop with the doomsday stuff.
Oh, sorry, this is not a lifetime recognition award.
No, you're not. Oh, it's not over yet. You started out
I'm
really
sorry,
well.
I'm sorry, I'm wasting your time. Oh, I gotta turn this phone off. Sorry, I have to see what this is, but